Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Muhammad Fahim, PD Pranam Young International College, Thammasat University. Today we have one of the renowned Islamic scholar, A. Faizur Rahman. So today we are going to have a very interesting interview with him. So Dr. Faizur Rahman is one of the independent researcher, and also he has a own forum of Islamic thought for moderation in India. So we have a opportunity to have a lot of questions because he is an expert on Islamic issues. So sir, welcome to TMTV. Yes, so just okay. So first of all, I would like to know from your perspective in regard to the relationship between pluralism and Islam in the lens of Islamic history. Can you give some idea upon your perspective?
Yeah, sure. See, Islam, the entire concept of Islam is based on pluralism. If you look at Islamic history, there are enough examples to show that the Prophet taught pluralism. He did not believe in any kind of exclusivism or even supremacism. He believed in the idea of pluralism, the way he conducted himself, the way he took people along with him. That was actually based on the teachings that he taught through the Quran. The Quran instructed him to be like that. There are several verses in the Quran which actually tell the Prophet to take people along. In fact, there is a verse in Surah Baqarah and also Surah Maida which says that anybody who believes in Allah and the last day of judgment, be the Jews or Christians or the Sabians, they don't have to fear anything. La khawfun alayhim wa la hum tahzanun. So then the Quran expects people to come along. And in fact, even when the Prophet signed an agreement with the Medinan people, when he migrated to Medina from Makkah after being persecuted there by the Meccans, the first thing that he did in Medina was to sign an agreement with the existing community there, especially the Jewish community which was there, and that was known as the Misaq al-Madina at that time. So one of the important clauses in the Misaq was that all people will live together, all people will have the right to practice their own religions, whether they are Jews or Christians or Muslims, they will have the right to practice their own religion. Nobody would disturb them anywhere in this practice. And in fact, Professor Muhammad Hamidullah, who was a Hyderabadi scholar who later on migrated to Paris, in his book on life of Muhammad, he writes that one of the clauses in Misaq al-Madina about the Jews is that the Prophet calls them Ummah Ma'al Mu'mineen, that they are part of the same Ummah of the Mu'mineen. He does not consider them as outsiders. And one more clause, Professor Hamidullah writes that the other clause that Professor Hamidullah writes is the Prophet said any synagogue or any church that is in a state of disrepair in Medina at that time would be rectified and repaired by the Muslims at their cost. So this is a profound example of pluralism in Islam.
So can you give me some more reference what Holy Quran says about pluralism?
See, as I said, the Quran tells you first of all that there is no compulsion in religion. There's a verse, there's a very, very interesting verse. One of the fundamental policies of the Quran is La ikraha fid deen. Let there be no compulsion in deen. Everybody has their own deen, even to the kafirs of Makkah, even the Meccans who persecuted the Prophet. The Prophet is made to say that you have your own religion. In the sense, I would not translate the word deen as religion. They have a way of life. We have a way of life. Lakum deenukum waliyadin. To you, your way of life, and to me, my way of life. So therefore, they had the right to follow whatever they want. Though the Prophet said, I will not agree with what you do. You don't agree with what I am telling about Tawheed. I'm not telling. I'm talking about justice, peace. You don't seem to agree with me, and I don't agree with you. But you have your way of life, and we have a way of lakum deenukum waliyadin. This is what the Quran says. But at the same time, Prophet kept on telling them that what you're doing is wrong. You cannot exploit people in the name of religion. there are not many gods, there can be only one God in Islam. If there are many gods, there will be contradiction. How will the universe be run if there are many gods? So therefore, but yet despite all that, the Quran says lakum deenakum waliya deen, and la ikraha fid deen. Just because you think that you are right, you will not impose your religion, your way of life on any other community. And there is another interesting verse in Surah Yunus, chapter 10, which is verse number 99, which says that if Allah had wished, He would have made all people on this planet as believers. But Allah did not wish so. He did not make them as believers. Will you then compel people to believe forcibly? Quran asks. It is a rhetorical question, which means that you are not supposed to do that. Allah did not intend all people to believers. Allah gave them free will. They have right to believe what they want. Even the message given to the Prophet, the commandment given to the Prophet was, وَمَا أَنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينَ. Your duty is only and only to convey the message of Allah, of the message of the Quran to the people. You will not force them into accepting it. You let them be. It is between them and Allah. Allah will decide about them if they don't follow the correct message. So you are not supposed to force them. You are not supposed to impose them or punish them for not doing anything. You are supposed to convey the message. So all these verses put together make it very clear that the Quran wanted to create an environment where people have different thoughts, people have different ways of life, people have different schools of thought, people have different belief systems coexisted. Another, before I complete this, another important thing which I want to tell here is that after Fateh Makkah, when the Prophet conquered Makkah, one of the fears of the people of Makkah was that, Prophet, there will be widespread bloodshed in Makkah, because these people, even after the Prophet migrated to Medina, the Makkans wanted to finish him off. They wanted to finish off the reform movement of the Prophet. They went and started a war in Badr. They lost. They again came back in Uhud. So that they thought, we have tried to eliminate the Prophet many times, yet the Prophet had not been very bad to us. Now that he has conquered Makkah again, come back to Makkah with a huge force, he may completely finish us off. So one of the fears was that. So the people of Makkah were afraid, and the Prophet realized that. He declared a general amnesty to everybody. He said nobody will be touched. And he asked, he climbed to a higher place in Makkah. He asks the people, "O people, what do you think I am going to do to you now?" And the people tell him back. The people respond saying, you have been good to us. You are our brother. We expect nothing but good from you. And the Prophet said, yes, exactly. You will get nothing but good from me. Therefore, I will not persecute you like you did. I will not do anything of that sort that you did to me. I declare general amnesty. You are free to do what you want. You go on. So he did not say that people they have attacked me. They lived in Makkah. They were polytheists. He didn't tell them to live in Makkah you have to convert to Islam. He didn't say that. Yes, you go free. You are free now. I will not. So which means the Prophet recognized the way. The way to worship other gods, and Quran also says that you will not say anything evil about other gods, because they out of their ignorance may also abuse Allah. So you do not say. So when the question is, you cannot even say anything wrong about other people's God, where is the question of demolishing them? Where is the question of destroying them? So Prophet did not do nothing of that sort.
I mean the respect to each other.
Yeah, respect to each other. But what the Prophet did was, it was since the Holy Kaaba was a place built by Prophet Ibrahim for the worship of one God. He just told these Meccans, you take away the idols. This place initially in Mecca it belonged to us. You had installed the idols from there. We will not destroy it. You take it away. That's what he must have said. And if somebody says that no, he destroyed the idols, I am not prepared to believe that, because as a follower of the Quran, the Prophet never violated the Quran. He cannot have violated the Quran. He could not have done that. So when the Quran has told him very clearly, do not even abuse or say evil about the gods, where is the question of destroying them? So he may not have done that. So he allowed the people to live their way. That is, these are the examples from the Quran itself.
Thank you. And I have another thing, because that perspective of pluralism according to Islam.
Yeah.
How do you think that to deliver the Islamic message to non-Muslim in Thai Buddhist society? What do you think about that?
That's an interesting question. As you know, in Thailand, of course, I have studied a little bit of Thai history. Thailand, the main form of Buddhism in Thailand is the Theravada form of Buddhism. 94% of the people in Thailand follow this form of Buddhism. And one of the fundamental teachings of Theravada Buddhism is the teaching of the middle path. The middle path is actually has a very interesting parallel in the Quran. Quran considers the Muslims as Wasat, Ummatan Wasatan, people who believe in moderation, people who do not go to the extremes. Middle path of the Buddhism is also the same thing. You do not go to extremes, you confine yourself to the middle path. So this is the parallel. So though the Muslims in Thailand can tell their Buddhist brothers and sisters that what the great Buddha taught is also what the Quran also teaches. Ultimately, the truth is one.
Yes.
Right. Even in
both ways,
Ekam Sat.
Peace.
Yeah. Even
Peace.
For peace. Even in the Hindu philosophy, it talks about. I mean that the Hindu philosophy talks about. The Upanishads also talk about Ekam Sat, Vipra Bahuda Vadanti, because the truth is same. People may call it by different names. Right. So similarly, there is enough in the Theravada form of Buddhism, which is widely prevalent here, that we have to follow the path of moderation, and this is exactly what the Quran says. And apart from that, there are the noble eightfold path in Theravada form of Buddhism is also very interesting. That you have to be the right livelihood, the right speech, the right this, the right that. There's so many things. All these things are how to conduct yourself in righteous way. All these things are in the Quran. For example, right conduct. Right speech. The right speech in the Quran, Quran says, "Qulu qawlan sadida, yuslih lakum a'malakum, wa yaghfir lakum dhunubakum." So therefore, the Quran says, if you conduct yourself, if you talk straight, God will forgive your sins. That is what will help you progress in life. Exactly what one of the noble eightfold paths of Buddhism teaches you, to have a right kind of speech, to have a right kind of conduct. And right kind of conduct in the Quran is amal saleh. You have to do amal saleh. So therefore, the good deeds that you do, and you need to promote peace. The very idea of Islam means peace. The word Islam stands for peace. Therefore, a Muslim is a person who stands for peace, who promotes peace. Right. So therefore, these things have very, very interesting parallels in the Buddhism that is being followed by the great people of Thailand. So therefore, I think this is there's enough material in both Quran and the Buddhist philosophy which can help the people, Thai Muslims and Thai Buddhists, to live together in peace, peacefully coexist and work together for the progress of humanity.
Very interesting, and I think you just try to focus on middle path is the best way to achieve the peace what Islam and Buddhism are doing.
Is known as Madhyama Pratipad. The middle path in Buddhism is known as Madhyama Pratipad in Sanskrit, which is the middle path. So that is an exact parallel of Ummatan Wasat. So this is a wonderful what you call commonality here. So I feel this should be emphasized, and people in Thailand, the Muslims, the Buddhist brothers and sisters of Thailand, and even other communities can easily brought together and made to live in, and already they are living in peace. So if these points are highlighted, their brotherhood will become even stronger. There is enough there in the Quran and the Buddhist theology and the Buddhist philosophy to do that.
Thank you. And I think from that point of view, I just want to know also, is there in relationship between pluralism in the modernization time? Yes,
absolutely. See, modern times, or the very idea of modernism or postmodernism, it is something which started in the late 18th century and the beginning of 19th century, the post-industrial industrial revolution, industrial age. But if you look at it from that perspective, the whole idea was to question the existing notions of humanity, the existing ontological thought at that time. So that is something which is, so therefore even in Quran, the very reform movement of the Quran was based on the idea of questioning the existing system. what the Prophet basically did when he came to Makkah was to question the exploitation of the Meccans, of the higher elite of Mecca, who were controlling Kaaba by installing various deities and collecting a lot of money and other things from the people, in the name of telling that if you want to ward off this evil, you need to appease this deity. If you want to ward off another evil, you have to appease another deity, and deities cannot be appeased so easily. You have to give them money, you have to give them so many camels, you have to give them so much agricultural produce. So therefore these things were based on the idea of questioning the existing belief. Prophet said, this is wrong, you can't exploit people in the name of religion, you please don't do that, because after all, God is one, God does not require any appeasement. He is closer to you than your jugular vein. Similarly, in the modern world is also based on questioning our existing notions, and the idea of pluralism. The modern society cannot coexist peacefully without the idea of pluralism, because today if you look at any country, any society, it is comprised of various people, and the globalization, the effect of globalization on society has been such that people have been migrating to different lands, to either to do business, either to do employment, for business, or even for tourism. So at any given point in time, people are there in every part of the world. People belonging to
multicultural society,
diverse kind of people are there existing. So therefore you cannot say just because if some Thai people come to India, you cannot say because you're Thai you cannot coexist here. If some Indians come to Thailand, Thai people won't say. So therefore we have to find a method to live together, and in this modern and postmodern world, peaceful coexistence cannot happen without the idea of pluralism being completely entrenched. So therefore for a modern society to exist, pluralism is a must.
Okay, thank you. And I think this is my last question for you before I'm going to end this interview.
Yeah.
I think you are in Thailand in the first visit of you, what I know, and you are here last 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
What is your experience and observation for the Thai community in general and Thai Muslim in particular?
Yes, of course. I have come, I came here a few days ago to attend a conference, a discussion on Islam, and it was very interesting. I met a lot of Thai Muslims and Thai non-Muslims and Thai Buddhists, and even people from other nationalities here, because it is a what you call it is a kind of a cauldron for every religion. This society, it's a beautiful country. I loved the city, and the people of Thailand, I found them very friendly and they're very good and very hospitable, I must say. And even Thai Muslims whom I found here, including Feroz Bhai of this channel, whom I met today for the first time. I found him to be an absolutely wonderful person, and his power and what you call capacity to speak Urdu, and his control and his diction in Urdu, although he is a Thai Muslim, is absolutely amazing. So which means the kind of effort he has put to learn another language, and also about Thai non-Muslim, Thai Buddhists whom I found in my short stay here, I found them very friendly and very helpful. If you ask for directions on the road, they stop and help you. I went to a mall recently where nobody spoke English, and I did not know what to say. I wanted to buy some bread and some butter, just simple thing. And then one person saw me in another shop. He does not sell bread or anything. He saw me struggle. He came to me. He spoke English. He told me that, perhaps you're a foreigner, you're looking. Yes, I'm looking for just a bread to eat. Nothing. I'm not able to convey to them what. He said, no, you come with me. He took me along to the bread shop. He helped me purchase it, and he gave it to me, and then you pay now. So that was the kind of helpful nature. So therefore, I'm extremely pleased to be here and extremely impressed with this Thai hospitality. It's a wonderful country. It's a wonderful city. I love to come back again.
Thank you, Dr. Fazlur Rahman, for your very interesting talk and very conversation. And you touch a very important concern about the pluralism and Islam, and also your experience in Thailand. So before I'm thank you to the TMTV for giving me this opportunity to have a conversation with our friend and renowned scholar from India, Fazlur Rahman Sahib. Thank you.
And I too would like to thank this television channel and my friend Fahim and my other good friend Feroz Bhai for giving me an opportunity to convey my message to the people of Thailand, and I look forward to coming here again. Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.